What happens when a relaxed talk show chat suddenly turns into maybe the most uncomfortable moment anyone ever felt in daytime TV? Teddy Swims, the rich-voiced singer who has been taking the music scene by storm, found himself in a conversation with Kelly Clarkson that shifted from pleasant to almost shocking in just a few minutes. Before we talk about how wild this got, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and drop a comment telling me how you personally see this. You honestly will want to listen to how this falls apart. The interview started like every usual episode of the Kelly Clarkson Show. The crowd was buzzing with excitement. The set had its warm lights and bright colors, and Kelly came out with her usual easy energy. Teddy stepped out looking relaxed in a simple button shirt and casual jeans. He smiled that familiar warm smile as the crowd clapped hard. He had been rising fast, and this moment was supposed to be like a celebration of his progress, a moment to connect with fans and share his road to success. Kelly started things friendly like she normally does. "Teddy Swims, everybody," she announced, gesturing with her hand as the applause continued. "I have to say, I have been listening to your songs, man. Stop." "Your voice is just unreal." Teddy nodded in a thankful way, sinking into the guest chair. "Thank you so much, Kelly. It means everything coming from you. I grew up hearing your music, so this is honestly surreal." The first few minutes rolled fine. They talked about his album, his tour, and the strong love coming from listeners. Kelly looked interested, leaning forward, asking follow-up questions about how he writes. Teddy looked like he was in his element, talking about music and the stories behind words. "So I want to talk about your journey," Kelly said, turning her seat a bit. "Because you did not have the ordinary path to fame. You were doing cover videos on YouTube for a long time before things really exploded. What was it like posting videos every day without knowing if anything would ever happen?" Teddy took a breath and thought carefully. "It was tough," he admitted. "There were many times I wondered if I was wasting my time, but I just loved music too much to quit. I needed to create. It was not about the end result. It was about the act of creating." Kelly nodded, but then something in her eyes changed. A tiny shift, like she was moving toward something sharp. "But let's tell the truth," she said, her voice more pointed. "You had to know that covers alone were not going to make you a star. At some point, you had to change direction to original songs. Was that a smart calculation?" The word calculation hung in the air. Teddy's smile bent slightly. "I would not call it calculated," he answered with care. "I think it happened natural. When I started writing my own songs, it was because I had things to say that covers could not deliver." Kelly tilted her head, and now her posture looked almost like she was challenging him. "But timing is everything. You released original songs at the exact moment your platform was huge enough to support it. That looks strategic." Teddy's jaw tightened a bit. He moved in his seat. His fingers locked together. "Well, sure, I waited until I was actually ready and until I had an audience who might care. That does not mean calculated. That just means smart. Why would I release music before I was ready or before anyone cared?" The audience started to sense something shifting. The mood in the room moved from bright to uncomfortable. Kelly kept going, and now there was a sharp angle in her voice. "I'm just saying there is a difference between being real and being strategic. And today in music, sometimes it is hard to tell which is which." Teddy leaned back a bit. He understood now something was not normal. "Kelly, I do not know where this is coming from," he said, his voice still steady but with a hint of frustration. "Are you saying I am not honest? Because I will tell you right now, everything I did came from a real place. I am not performing a character. This is who I am." Kelly raised her hands like she was defending her part. "I am not attacking. I am simply asking the questions I believe many watchers wonder about. You have built this image of the everyday guy, the guy who survived struggle and made it because of raw talent and hard work, but you have also been very clever in how you marketed yourself. There is nothing wrong with that, but we should be truthful about it." The word image seemed to hit Teddy hard. He leaned in, his voice lifting. "Image? Kelly, with full respect, I am not a packaged product. I did not have a team of executives designing my identity. I literally sang in my bedroom and posted videos because I had nothing else. That was not a marketing plan. That was survival." Kelly's expression stiffened. "Okay, but once fame hit, things changed. You signed a record deal. You hired a management group. You do all the things artists do to build brand. So, when does the guy alone with a camera become the product?" Some murmurs moved across the audience. It now felt like the line between tough questions and personal attack was crossed. Teddy shook his head and emotion filled his face. Kelly, I came thinking this would be a talk about music. Not a situation where I had to defend my entire existence. Kelly did not step back. I am not asking you to defend anything. I am asking you to be real about how music business works. You are successful, but do not act like it was just fate and talent. You made choices. You played the arena. Teddy's reply cut like a blade. Played the arena? What arena did I play? I sang songs. I connected with people. I poured myself into everything I shaped. If that is playing, then yes, maybe I am guilty. But I will not sit here and let you turn every second I worked into cold calculation. Kelly folded her arms, frustration showing. I think you are defensive because deep down you know there is a piece of truth here. Every artist makes compromises. Every artist thinks brand. You are not the only one. The words hung like a slap. Teddy held her gaze for a long second. His chest rose and fell faster. You know what, Kelly? He said soft, but with thunder under the breath. I actually believed out of all people you would understand. You came from a singing contest. People doubted you. They said you were packaged. I thought you of all people would know what it feels like to have your authenticity questioned. Kelly's face turned pink. Do not turn this at me, Teddy. My road is not part of this. Is it not, though? Teddy shot back. Because you are doing the same thing they did to you. You are trying to find cracks, to find reasons to say my story is not real. Why? Why are you doing this? The room was silent now. The crew behind cameras felt frozen. Kelly leaned forward, voice turning cold. The point is, I ask real questions. If you cannot handle that, maybe you are not ready for this level of spotlight. Teddy stood fast. His mic pack nearly slipped off. Not ready? I have been ready my whole life. What I am not ready for is disrespect on national TV from someone who should know better. Kelly rose too. Disrespect? I am doing my job, Teddy. Sorry if that hurts feelings, but this is real talk. Real talk? Teddy laughed bitter. Is that what this is? Because from here, this feels like a targeted attack. Did I do something to you before I came here? Kelly's eyes flashed. This is not personal. You made it personal, Teddy said sharp. The second you started saying I am fake, the audience sat like a paused movie. Kelly stepped forward a little. I ask questions, Teddy. If you cannot answer without crying, then maybe you are not ready. Teddy's hands shook, and he pointed at her, emotional raw. Crying? Yes, I am emotional. This is my life. This is years of pain and work. And you stand there slicing it down for what? Clicks? Kelly went stiff. Clicks? How dare you? I do real conversations. I do not need cheap drama. Real? Teddy's voice cracked. There is difference between real and cruel. He continued talking, and the tension continued rising, and neither of them backed down. Crew moved in the wings. Producers whispered into earpieces. Teddy unhooked his mic, saying he was done. Kelly tried to calm him. He refused. The argument escalated again. Kelly said he was not seeing reality. Teddy said she did not respect him. Kelly said he was lost in his feelings. Teddy said she wanted to be right more than she wanted honesty. Kelly said she had experience. Teddy said she had bitterness. Each sentence dug deeper. Audience held breaths. People were frozen in shocked silence. Teddy said maybe he did not want success if success meant becoming cynical. Kelly said he already was playing the game whether he said it or not. Teddy said he was trying to keep his soul. Kelly said industry was not about soul. Teddy said maybe he did not want that kind of industry. Kelly said reality would prove her correct. Teddy said she just wanted to win. Kelly said she wanted truth. Teddy said she wanted power. Kelly said he was naive. Teddy said he was human. Kelly said he was unrealistic. Teddy said he was alive. Each reply felt heavier than the last. The air felt like it was made of boiling metal. Teddy reached down and removed the mic completely. Kelly looked panicked. Teddy said he could not sit there being pulled apart like meat. Kelly said if he walked, it would prove her point. Teddy said he did not care. He said the only thing that mattered to him was the music. And he walked toward backstage with his chest shaking. Kelly stood still with wide eyes, not sure how to put words together. The audience did not clap. They did not move. They simply watched like they witnessed something that should not have happened. The producers tried to cut to break. The cameras kept rolling a second too long. and the air in the studio was never the same again.